Imad Fayez Mougnier. Imad Fayez Mougnier was born on December 7, 1962, in southern Lebanon. From a young age, he was drawn into militancy, joining Fatah's student brigade before aligning with Hezbollah. He became the mastermind behind some of the most devastating attacks of the 1980s, including the 1983 U.S. Embassy and Marine barracks bombings in Beirut that killed over 300 people. Known for his stealth, he lived under aliases, reshaping his face and identity to vanish into the shadows. On February 12, 2008, as he walked through Damascus, a parked car exploded, an assassination many believe was orchestrated by Israel's Mossad. His death marked the end of one of the world's most elusive ghosts. Ali Atwa. Ali Atwa, born around 1965 in Lebanon, was a senior Hezbollah member with blood ties to some of the group's earliest global attacks. In 1985, he became infamous for his role in the hijacking of TWA Flight 847, an ordeal that stretched over 3 continents and claimed the life of U.S. Navy diver Robert Stetham. Captured in Greece but later traded for hostages, Atwa escaped justice and rejoined his comrades mid-crisis in Algiers. For decades, he was among the FBI's most wanted terrorists, with a $5 million bounty on his head. In 2021, Hezbollah announced his quiet death from cancer, closing one of the oldest chapters in U.S. counterterrorism history. Hassan Is al-Din. Born in Lebanon, Hassan Is al-Din was another architect of the TWA Flight 847 hijacking. The event, carried out in June 1985, was both political theater and cold-blooded violence. U.S. agents say he helped orchestrate the hijacking, demanding the release of Shiite prisoners while the world watched in horror. The murder of Robert Stetham made him an enemy of the United States, which placed him on the first-ever FBI Most Wanted Terrorists list in 2001. Decades later, intelligence suggests he remains hidden in Lebanon, living as a silent relic of an unresolved war between America and Hezbollah. Abdul Rahman Yassin. Abdul Rahman Yassin was born in Bloomington, Indiana, in 1960, an American citizen by birth, but later a fugitive of his own nation. He helped mix the chemicals for the 1993 World Trade Center bomb, a plot that killed 6 and injured over 1,000. After the attack, Yassin fled to Iraq, where he was sheltered under Saddam Hussein's regime, evading U.S. capture for decades. Dubbed the one who got away, he remains the only participant from the first World Trade Center bombing never apprehended. To this day, the FBI's $5 million bounty on Yassin stands as a reminder of unfinished justice. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, born March 1, 1964, in Kuwait, became al-Qaeda's mastermind of terror. The 9/11 Commission described him as the principal architect of the September 11 attacks, the deadliest assault on U.S. soil. Trained as an engineer, he used intellect and ideology to turn hijacked planes into weapons of war. Captured in Pakistan in 2003, he was taken to Guantanamo Bay, where he confessed to orchestrating not only 9/11, but also a long list of global attacks. To many, he is the cold mind that turned fanaticism into one of history's darkest mornings. Ahmed Ibrahim al-Mughassil. Born June 26, 1967, and al-Mughassil became the alleged leader of Hezbollah al-Hijaz, a Saudi branch tied to Iran. He was the chief planner of the 1996 Khobar Towers bombing in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, an attack that killed 19 U.S. servicemen and wounded nearly 500 others. Witnesses claimed he drove the truck filled with explosives before fleeing the scene moments before detonation. After years in hiding, he was captured in Beirut in 2015 in a rare regional intelligence cooperation. His arrest exposed the hidden Iranian connections behind one of the worst terror strikes of the 1990s. Ali Sayed bin Ali el-Huri. Ali Sayed bin Ali el-Huri, born July 1965, was a close ally of al-Mughassil and fellow conspirator in the Khobar Towers attack. U.S. indictments charged him with 46 counts of murder, terrorism, and conspiracy for helping detonate the truck bomb. He was reportedly the passenger inside the vehicle moments before it was abandoned and exploded. Despite international warrants and U.S. pressure, el-Huri vanished across Middle Eastern borders, shielded by sympathizers. To date, he remains one of the longest wanted fugitives linked to the Saudi attack that redefined U.S.-Iran relations. Ibrahim Salih Mohammed al-Yaqub. Born October 16, 1966, in Qatif, Saudi Arabia, Ibrahim al-Yaqub was identified as another core member of Hezbollah al-Hijaz. His name surfaced repeatedly in connection to the Khobar Towers bombing, one of the deadliest assaults on Americans in the Middle East. The FBI accused him of coordinating logistics, securing safe houses, and managing escape routes for the bombers. In 2001, he was charged with 46 counts of murder and conspiracy, yet no trace of him has been confirmed since. Al-Yaqub remains a phantom in the U.S. terror files, his trail cold but never forgotten. Abdelkarim Hussein Mohammed al-Nasser. Abdelkarim al-Nasser, believed to be the leader of Hezbollah al-Hijaz, is accused of ordering the 1996 Khobar Towers bombing. He reportedly supervised the cell that executed the attack and personally approved the bomb's construction. Intelligence sources describe him as the ideological link between Iranian handlers and Saudi operatives. Charged with murder and terrorism in the U.S., al-Nasser's whereabouts remain unknown, though many believe he found sanctuary in Iran. For nearly 3 decades, his name has stayed on the FBI's most wanted list, a ghost haunting the scars of Dahran. Mohammed Atef, born in Egypt in 1944, was one of al-Qaeda's top military chiefs and deputy to Osama bin Laden. A former Egyptian police officer, he defected to jihad, fighting in Afghanistan, before becoming a strategist for global terror. He helped plan the 1998 U.S. embassy bombings in East Africa and was deeply involved in the training camps that birthed the 9/11 hijackers. In November 2001, just months after the Twin Towers fell, a U.S. airstrike in Kabul killed him instantly. His death was a symbolic strike against al-Qaeda's inner circle, but the war he helped ignite raged on. Osama bin Mohammed bin Awad bin Laden. Osama bin Laden, born March 10, 1957, in Riyadh, was the 17th son of a Saudi billionaire. He became the face of global jihad, founding al-Qaeda and declaring war on the West in 1996. From the caves of Tora Bora, he funded and directed terror operations across continents, culminating in the September 11 attacks that killed nearly 3,000 people. For 10 years, he evaded the largest manhunt in history, hidden in Pakistan under the protection of his network. On May 2, 2011, U.S. Navy SEALs raided his Abbottabad compound and ended the life of the man who defined modern terrorism. Ayman Mohammed Rabi al-Zawahiri, born June 19, 1951, in Cairo, Ayman al-Zawahiri was once a physician before becoming the ideological architect of al-Qaeda. After the death of bin Laden, he assumed leadership, turning the network into a global franchise of extremism. He was long credited as one of the masterminds behind the 9/11 attacks and the fusion of Egyptian jihadism with bin Laden's global war. Despite years of drone hunts, he evaded capture until a U.S. Hellfire missile struck his Kabul safe house in July 2022. His death marked the symbolic end of al-Qaeda's original command structure. Fazul Abdullah Mohammed. Born in the Comoros Islands in 1972, Fazul Abdullah Mohammed rose to lead al-Qaeda's East Africa operations. Fluent in 5 languages, he was a cunning operative who helped plan the 1998 U.S. embassy bombings in Kenya and Tanzania. For years, he slipped through regional security, living under fake names and working as a computer technician. In June 2011, Somali soldiers shot him dead at a checkpoint outside Mogadishu, mistaking him for a local smuggler. Only later did they realize they had killed one of Africa's most wanted terrorists. Mustafa Mohammed Fadil. Mustafa Mohammed Fadil was born on June 23, 1976, to Egyptian-Kenyan parents and joined al-Qaeda as a young man. He helped assemble and deliver the bombs used in the 1998 embassy attacks that killed 224 people. For years, he moved undetected through East Africa and Afghanistan, working closely with Osama bin Laden's inner circle. In 2012, intelligence reports quietly removed his name from the FBI's wanted list, suggesting his death in a U.S. strike. Yet no remains were ever confirmed, leaving uncertainty around his ultimate fate. Fahid Mohammed Ali Masalam. Born February 19, 1976, in Mombasa, Fahid Masalam, known as Usama al-Kini, was another East African al-Qaeda planner. He played a central role in organizing the 1998 embassy bombings and later trained new recruits in Pakistan. For over a decade, he operated between Somalia and Karachi, evading multiple capture attempts. On January 1, 2009, a U.S. drone strike in Pakistan ended his life, alongside fellow operative Sheikh Ahmed Salim Swedan. His death marked another blow to the network's East African cell. Ahmed Khalfan Gailani. Ahmed Khalfan Gailani, born March 14, 1974, in Tanzania, became the first Guantanamo detainee tried in U.S. federal court. A bomb maker for al-Qaeda, he helped execute the 1998 embassy attacks in Nairobi and Dar es Salaam. Captured in Pakistan in 2004, he was transferred to Guantanamo Bay before being tried in New York in 2010. Though acquitted of most charges, he was convicted on one count of conspiracy and sentenced to life imprisonment. Gailani remains the only former Guantanamo prisoner to face civilian justice in the United States. Sheikh Ahmed Salim Swedan. Born in Mombasa between 1960 and 1969, Swedan managed logistics for al-Qaeda's East Africa network. He purchased the trucks used in the 1998 embassy bombings, ensuring their delivery days before detonation. After the attacks, he fled to Pakistan, continuing to handle funds and operations for the group. On January 1, 2009, a CIA drone strike in South Waziristan killed him alongside Fahid Masalam. His death was part of a relentless campaign to dismantle al-Qaeda's external operations wing. Abdullah Ahmed. Abdullah, known as Abu Muhammad al-Masri, was born June 6, 1963, in Egypt. He served as one of al-Qaeda's top strategists and was widely considered its number 2 leader. He orchestrated the 1998 embassy bombings and mentored younger militants, including Osama bin Laden's own sons. In 2020, Israeli agents acting on U.S. intelligence assassinated him in Tehran, a rare operation on Iranian soil. His death exposed the uneasy shelter Iran provided to al-Qaeda's surviving command. Nazi Abdulhamid Nabi al-Rukai, Abu Anas al-Libi. Born in Tripoli in 1964, Abu Anas al-Libi was a computer engineer turned extremist. He became one of al-Qaeda's early cyber experts, helping plan and communicate the 1998 embassy bombings. After years in hiding, U.S. commandos captured him in Libya in 2013 during a daring daylight raid. He was brought to the United States to face trial, but died of liver cancer in 2015 before sentencing. Al-Libi's capture was one of the few times the U.S. physically brought a senior al-Qaeda member to court. Saif al-Adel, Mohammed Salah al-Din Zaidan. Born around 1960 in Egypt, Saif al-Adel was once an officer in the Egyptian army before defecting to jihad. He became al-Qaeda's top military commander after Mohammed Attef's death and is believed to be its current leader. A master strategist, he designed attacks, trained operatives, and maintained order as the group fragmented. Intelligence reports place him in Iran, living under quiet protection while coordinating through proxies. If true, it means one of the world's most wanted men is hiding in plain sight. Ahmed Mohammed Hamed Ali. Ahmed Hamed Ali, an Egyptian born around 1965, was linked directly to the 1998 embassy bombings in Kenya and Tanzania. A skilled bomb technician, he helped construct the explosives used in both attacks. His profile remained active on U.S. wanted lists for years, symbolizing the many unpunished operatives of al-Qaeda's African campaign. In 2010, he was reportedly killed in an airstrike near Mogadishu, though his death was never independently verified. His name continues to appear in declassified counterterrorism archives as a case unresolved. Muhsin Musa Matwali Atwa, born June 19, 1964, in Egypt, Muhsin Atwa was a bomb maker for al-Qaeda's East Africa cell. He constructed the devices used in the 1998 embassy bombings and later trained other jihadists in Afghanistan. Wanted by the U.S. for over a decade, he was finally killed in a Pakistani air raid in April 2006. Locals identified his body by his distinctive scars, ending years of speculation about his whereabouts. Even in death, Atwa's methods continued to inspire copycat bombers across militant networks.